विष्णु श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत नमस्ते सरस्वती जय श्री कृष्ण जय चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत श्रीवासादि गौतम जय श्री प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jamuna Tira Jamuna Tira Jano Vishwapada Acharya His Divine Grace of Bhakti-Charana Ravinda Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Jagat Vishnu Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON Bhakti Founder Acharya Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishwapada Paramahamsa Privrajika Acharya Statra Satra Shishima. His Divine Guru Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho se Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Guru Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Prajami Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Nalit Mahaprabhu Dham ki jai. Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai. Jamuna Mai ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Tulsi Maharani ki jai. Samavita Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glorious assembled devotees. All glorious assembled devotees. All glorious assembled devotees. Glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 We are reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter number 8, text number 14. Ananya Chetaha
Ananya Chetaha
Satatam Yo Mam Smarati Nityasha Tasyaham Sulabha Partha Nityayuktasya Yoginaha Ananya Chetaha Satatam Yo
Ananya Chetaha Satatam Yo
Mama Smarati Nityasha
Amasmarati Nityasaha
Tasyaham Sulabham Partha
Tasyaham Sulabham Partha
Nityayuktasya Yoginaha
Nityayuktasya Yoginaha
Ananya Cheta Satatam
Ananya Cheta Satatam
Yo Mam Smarati Nityasha
Yo Mam Smarati Nityasaha
Tasyaham Sulabha Partha
Tasyaham Sulabha Partha
Nityayuktasya Yoginaha
Nityayuktasya Yoginaha
Ananya Cheta Satatam
Ananya Chetaha Satam
Yo Mam Smarati Nityasha
Yo Mam Smarati Nityasaha
Tasyaham Sulabha Partha
Tasyaham Sulabha Partha
Nityayuktasya Yoginaha
Nityayuktasya Yoginaha.
किसी के पास है रिपीट करने का अनन्य चेता
Ananya Chetaha
without deviation of mind
without deviation of mind
satatam
Satatam
always
always
yaha
Yaha
anyone who
anyone who
mam
Mam
me Krishna
Me Krishna
smarati remember it regularly
regularly
tasya
Tasya
to him
to him
aham
Sulabha
partha
Partha
asana pratha
Osanapata
nitya regularly
regularly
yuktasya
Tasya
engaged
engaged
yoginaha
Yoginaha
for the devotee. Translation and purport.
Jai
For one who always remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain. O son of Pratha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service. This verse especially describes the final destination attained by unalloyed devotees who serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Bhakti Yoga. Previous verses have mentioned 4 different kinds of devotees: the distressed, the inquisitive, and those who seek material gain, and the speculative philosophers. Different process of liberation have also been described: Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Hatha Yoga. The principles of this yoga system has some bhakti added, but this was particularly mentions pure bhakti yoga, without any mixture of jnana, karma, or hatha. As indicated by the word ananya chetaha, means in pure consciousness of bhakti yoga, the devotee desires nothing but Krishna. A pure devotee does not desire promotion to the heavenly planet, nor does he seek oneness with the Brahma Jyotir or salvation and liberation from material engagement, entanglement. A pure devotee does not desire anything. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, pure devotee is called Nishkam, which means that he has no desire for self-interest. Perfect peace belongs to him, along with not to them who strive for the personal gain. Whereas a Jnana Yogi, Karma Yogi, or Hatha Yogi has been his own selfish interest. A perfect devotee has no desire other than to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the Lord says that for anyone who is unflinchingly devoted to him, he is easy to obtain. A pure devotee always engages in devotional service to Krishna in one of his various personal features. Krishna has various planetary expansions and expansions much such as Ram and Nrsimha, and a devotee can choose to fix his mind in the loving service to any of these transcendental forms of the Supreme Lord. Such a devotee meets with none of other than the form of the Supreme Lord, that plague the practitioner of the other yogas. Bhakti yoga is the simple and pure and easy to perform. One can begin simply by chanting Hare Krishna. The Lord is merciful to all, but as we have aligned towards those who always serve Him without deviation. The Lord helps such devotees in various ways, as stated in the Vedas, Kathopanishad, 1st canto, 2nd chapter, 23rd verse. Yam evam brunute tin labhyas tasyev atma vibrunute tanuswam. In Kathopanishad, there is a slok. Nayam atma na pravachanena labhya athva bahuna shrutena va. But yam evesha brunute tena labhyas Tasyeva Atma Virimnute Tanuswam. One who is fully surrendered and engaged in devotional service of the Supreme Lord can understand the Supreme Lord as He is. And as stated in Bhagavad Gita, 10th chapter, 10th verse, the Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. The Lord gives such a devotee sufficient intelligence so that ultimately the devotee can attain Him in his spiritual kingdom. The special qualification of the pure devotee is that he is always thinking of Krishna without deviation and without considering the time or place. There should be no impediments. He should be able to carry out service anywhere, at any time. Some say that the devotee should remain in the holy places like Vrindavan or some holy places where the Lord lives. But a pure devotee can live anywhere and create an atmosphere of Vrindavan to his service. This was Sri Advaita Acharya who told Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, wherever you are, O Lord, there is Vrindavan. Which means always, regularly, or every day. So a pure devotee constantly remembers Krishna and meditates upon him. There are qualifications for pure devotees or whom the Lord is mostly easily attainable. Bhakti Yoga is the system that Gita recommends above all others. Generally, the Bhakti yogis are engaged in different kinds of devotional services. The Santa Bhakta engaged in devotional service in neutrality. Dasya Bhakta engaged in devotional service as servant. And third, Sankhya Bhaktas engages as friend, and the Vatsalya Bhakta engaged as parent, and the Madhurya Bhaktas engaged as conjugal lover of the Supreme Lord. In any of these three ways, the pure devotee is always constantly engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Supreme Lord and cannot forget the Supreme Lord. And so for him, the land that the Lord is easily attained. A pure devotee cannot forget the Supreme Lord for a moment. And similarly, the Supreme Lord cannot forget his pure devotee for a moment. This is the great blessing of Krishna consciousness process of chanting the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ananya Cheta Satatam Yomam Smriti Nityashah Tasyaham Sulabhat Partha Nitya Yuktasya Yoginah. Nitya Yuktasya Yoginah. A devotee who is 100% engaged in service of Krishna is called Nitya Yogina. He is thinking, feeling, and willing for Lord Shri Krishna all the time. If Krishna is demanding, Yat karoshi, yadashnashi, yajuhosi, dadasi, yat tapasyasi, kaunteya, tat kurushvamadarpana. So devotee find that as an excuse to do everything. So wherever he is, he will try to engage in pleasing Lord Krishna according to his terms. Right? Verse is to become ananya cheta. Chetana means consciousness. Ananya. Ana means not others. Anya, only Krishna. This is called ananya cheta. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamya. Krishna gives guarantee that if you worship me without any deviation to any other thing or personalities, worship me alone, then I will take care of everything for you. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate. Upasana is not it's the process of worship, but paryupasate, keep on. Pari upasana means parivartan means constant change, the constant engagement. Can we dovetail our mind and all our actions that we have been doing for ourselves to be engaged in Krishna? Yes, it is possible. You don't have to give up anything. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Sthane sthita, stay wherever you are. Whichever position or circumstances you are going through, stay wherever you are. You don't have to change, give up this and then do. No. But Shruti-gatam tanu mangunopihi, you have to be conversant with the verdict of the Shastras. So nobody can bluff. Nobody can imitate. To become Ananya Cheta means simply resolute understanding and meditating on Lord Sri Krishna. Nothing else. That is possible. Krishna consciousness means you accept the consciousness of Krishna and make your consciousness. You should not have a different consciousness because you are part and parcel of Krishna. How could you have a different consciousness? What made it different in the first place? This is very interesting. And Krishna is, telling everything right from the scratch. How did we become of different consciousness? That is a fundamental question. If we are part and parcel of Him, how did we become a different consciousness than of Krishna? There are two factors only, Krishna says. Ichcha and Dvesh. Samuthena dvandamohena bharata sarvabhutani sammoham sargayanti parantapa. Ichcha means a separate desire, and Dvesh means it has been caused by envy of Krishna. Krishna is Krishna, but you want to become Krishna. Why? Because he is the supreme enjoyer and I'm the loser. I want to become Krishna. So that is an envious one. You can't become Krishna. You are part and parcel of Krishna. Doesn't mean you are wholesome Krishna. But qualitative oneness is there. Qualitative oneness is there. Whatever the qualities Krishna has in full, because you are part and parcel, you must have in little. But literally, it's not everything. You will always remain dissatisfied. And you want to compete with Krishna. How is it possible? You are so insignificant in size and in consciousness, so limited that you cannot expand your consciousness unlimitedly. The yogis have tried and they get trapped in between Astasiddhi, and yogis deviate. It's very difficult path. So that was in Satya Yuga. In Treta Yuga, fire sacrifice for the pleasure of the Supreme and become environmentalist conscious. Why? Because it's a sacrifice, and sacrifice gives always very balanced result. When the sacrifice are lost, the whole atmosphere will be polluted. The whole atmosphere will be polluted. You will abuse everything. That is the nature. And sacrifice is called yajna. And Krishna spells out right from the yajna arthat karmana anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangapa. You are supposed to act, but for the pleasure of Lord Vishnu, who is called yajna. Only that kind of karma will liberate you. Otherwise, anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Who is liberated? We come here to get liberated by investing Krishna consciousness. If we simply hear but do not invest in our life the consciousness of Krishna, then what is the use? You have to invest. Invest for betterment. Investment is creating the real treasure. If we have all these riches, and yet we desire but we do not take it, do not cultivate it, do you think the riches are going to come automatically into our pockets? No. You may think that Krishna may benedict me, merciful. We pray, but no. Everything is Krishna's. Isavashyam idam sarvam. We have been given our quota. Tena tyaktena bhunjita. You have been given your quota, but ma gradakasya svidhanam. So, all the restrictions are there on human being, and a civilized human being. Okay? Not others. Those who are not civilized. But civility depends upon following the instructions of the Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas. There is a standard of living and standard of behavior. But if we don't follow of civility, then are we civilized? No. Then we change the definition of civilization. Our civilization, you can become rich by hook or crook, take advantage of your little upliftment and use on the others to exploit them and become indefinitely rich and rich and rich. Corona was an orchestrated game by two persons, and the government knew. The National Health Institute chairman, Dr. Fauci, and Bill Gates. Everybody knows Bill Gates, but they are hand to hand. They supplied money to China in Wuhan lab to research and come to that particular, uncontrollable disease. So they can make vaccine and supply the whole world. They will have the authority of vaccine. Bill Gates have been seen with, advertisement of vaccine. This is the only one. So come and purchase from us. Exploitation. They are the one to introduce corona, and they are the one that can, save the world. And there was a congregational hearing in Senate of America, grilling both. But because both are Americans, both have wealth, final resting judgment was on President Trump in the first, rule. And he saved them. And how many millions of people died? And they are doing good philanthropy? No. This is explanation. But they cannot become Krishna by amassing the riches. No culture, nothing. So the idea is that in Kali Yuga, attraction for becoming rich and richer and control the whole world by money power is there. In the second term, the Trump has been chastised like anything. He wanted to control economy of others, not his, but others. 50% levy taxes. For what? So he can reduce his own debt, which is the highest. These games are at the cost of life and death of others, not them. So the idea is that Ichha Dvesha Samuttena. You can't compete with Krishna. You have animosity with Krishna, and you want to become the controller. But in terms of time, these living entities and so-called inflated egos, they are like mosquitoes. And they will not win. The idea is that Ichhadvesh, we became every living entity who is in this material world has fallen from the grace of the Lord because of a separate desire which has been created by hate towards the Supreme. You can't tolerate Krishna as the Supreme. Therefore, you do not recognize him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even in India. And none of them is coming into the category of devotees. They are not devotees. They do not perform devotional service. But Shraddhavan Labate Jnana. In the same sense, when Prabhupada came to India, bringing all the Western devotees, They were amused. Our Indian hierarchy and echelon in Delhi, and they were scrutinizingly studying the movement. They lumped, because these were hippies and they were drug users so easily. Dam maro dam. And we was there. Prabhupada, they were used, and Prabhupada stopped them using the drugs and go on high of Krishna consciousness. And they accepted. They found without any objection. They were following Srila Prabhupada, even though they did not know anything about our culture and upbringing. That we ourselves deviated so much. So, the frustrated living entities, who do they have to envy for? They were all educated. Hippies were highly educated people, but they were frustrated from the social hypocrisies. You have military power, the best in the world, but you don't have any enemy within. So you go out and fight the other countries. And they are still having the same habit. So it's not only they are envious of Krishna, but whoever has fallen into this material existence is also envious of Krishna. That was the reason. Ichha, dvesh, samuthena means simultaneously it arises. Dvanda moha bharata. Dvanda means duality, or the opposites. This world is called dvanda, where always clash, fighting happens. And dvanda creates moha, means illusion, bewilderment. Why we have only defensive policy in India? Because of culture. We never went to fight with somebody else. But we have every right to protect our culture. And see the history. The early, all the Muslims who got specifically converted into Hindu sided with Muslims because they were coming from Muslims. Such people, up till now, for 70 years after the freedom, so-called freedom, they try to subjugate the Hindus only. Control. How come 80% of the population is under the control? Because we also came by hate and separate desire. And everybody else is also. So common denomination is there. Why did you fall in the material world in the first place? So we are not better than them. So we have to keep little low key because we are knowing this. Our knowledge is available. They did not know. So there was no restriction upon them. So they became more abusive. All the sinful activities started, but actually not following the principles of religion is also started in India. Dharmasya glani means not following the principles of religion. Then and then, Krishna has to come from time to time. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvavati. Glani means it's a sadness. So, Anand should be concentrated only one pointed, and that is Krishna's consciousness. That should become our consciousness. That is devotional service. Why do you have to serve Lord Krishna? So you may become an obedient servant to carry out the desires of Lord Shri Krishna. Ananya Chetasa. And Krishna says that Satatam Yome Smarati Nityasha. If we chant Hare Krishna, mantra, the consciousness will be cultivated, but we have to act also in the same way to become Ananya Chetana. You carry out every activities that is satisfying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Does he leave anything for you to do for your own self separately? No. Yat karoshi, yadashnashi, yat juhoshi, dadasi, yat tapasyasi kaunte, tat kurushvam. Why he is interjecting? And if you still remain envious, he thinks he is God, and that's why he has right to ask, to give. Hey, Baba, it is his. We are thieves. And he will take it away. And the Kalecha. Yam yam vapis balan bhavam. So, the clear-cut situation is there that unless and until we become Krishna conscious, Krishna's consciousness is adopted by us. We should not have a that you deprive yourself. No, you will be maintaining, but you are paving the final destination, the sea. To be Krishna is giving that surrender to me utterly. I will take care of you, Masucha. Don't worry. But we don't have enough faith on him. We try to see, Krishna was so much deep in it with the friendship with Sudama. How come he became so much poor? And Krishna did not tell us, but Sudama. Sudama gave up everything to become Ananyas Chintayanto. He was always in rapt attention, even in pauper condition. He did not give up Lord Krishna's consciousness. And his wife told, oh, your friend is so rich, why don't you go and ask him help? Oh, you are telling me to go to see him? Oh, thank you very much. I've been longing for him. But he didn't have any intention to ask. He was self-satisfied. Because of the attachment to the children, the wife told. All right. Then he said, oh, do you have anything I can carry for my friend? He said, I don't have anything. Everything is empty, no grain. But why don't you go and ask, borrow something from your neighbor, your friend, and give some cheap price. So Sudama said, okay, thank you. The Lord will be satisfied because he's easily becoming available to those who are constantly thinking of him. First of all, we do not know who the Lord is. And if Bhagavad Gita says and claims, and everybody starts claiming, here is the Lord, all right, then it is too difficult to understand Sanskrit. The rest of the instructions, we say, oh my God, I don't have time. I don't have time to read all these things. And after what? It is giving some solace to the brain that I'm a religious person. No, there's something more is necessary. But he doesn't have enough faith. The faith is generated by association with the sadhus. Because there is the potency of the Supreme Personality is invested in the talks of transcendental matters of Lord Shri Krishna. Dirad karna rasayana katha tajjoshanavam apavarga vartamani shraddharati bhaktir anukramashyate. In the association of the devotees, those who are practicing devotees, not time being or part-time devotees. You will get the potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, where the transcendental subject matter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead enters into the ear and interacts with your heart. Otherwise, you hear out. That's not called hearing. Oh, you hear. Oh, you are educated. Okay, let me see. Oh, and so you keep it here. But it does not go into your heart. Then it's a useless hearing. Yat karna pato petho jatu nama gadagraja. So this is Rishabdev is teaching to Bharat and other 99 sons. Bharat Maharaj, Bharatavarsha. He says, Swa Vidvara. Vidvara. Swa means dog. Vidvara means pig, who is 2 liter. Ustra, camel, and Kara means ass. Samstuti, Narapashu. They are glorifying their eating habit. Everyone has a peculiar eating habit. And Samstuti, they glorify each other. Narapashu, if a human being is also engaged in only eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, they glorify each other. But yat karna pato petho jatu nama gadagraja. They do not care whether on their eardrum the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is holding the gada, the weapon to smash their false ego. If it falls on their ear, that their life will be changed. But however, such holy name should be chanted purely, without any misunderstanding. Because every word, every syllable is transcendental in nature. Right? A human being has to become sensitive and stop living like an animal. There are so many even local aphorisms people convince. I am man. Okay. Coming from Manu. If I become a descendant of Manu, let me become descendant of Manu. That is called Manav. આમાં ગુજરાતીમાં કેવા છે હું માનવી થાઉં હું માનવ માનવી થાઉં તો ઘણું ખબર how to become a representative of Manu. We are descendants of Manu, and Manu has given the code of conduct how to live. That will be without any enviousness. Without any enviousness. Just follow and you will be able to do the salvation for your own self. Then you can do for others. So, ananyaschittayanto yomam smarti nityasha tasyaham sulabha. To them only I will become very easily accessible. Those who are partha nityayuktasya yoginaha nityayuktasya. Why nitya? Not part-time? Why nitya? In Kathopanishad, there's a nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bahunam yo vidadati kama. We are eternal as soul, but he is the chief of the eternals. Nityo nityanam and chetanas chetananam. His consciousness is pervaded in all of us. Consciousness belongs to Krishna. It's a divine energy, divine potency that is running through us through the help of the farthest expansion called Paramatma. Paramatma is sitting in the heart of Atma and infuses him to awaken. Otherwise, he's a dead body. So, Nityo Nityanam. We are Nityanam, multiple. He is the chief of all the eternal. And he is the only one who is, through supplying the consciousness with the Dhati Kaman, distributing all possibility that they can also fulfill their desire, but they will also fulfill the desire of Lord Shri Krishna himself. If somebody is lending you some money, all right, you are under obligation, so you should repay, right? And you should willingly repay. If we are obliged to Krishna, then there is no other obligation remaining. No other obligations remaining. Otherwise, do you know how much obligation we have while coming in the human body? Devarshi bhutapti nrinam pitrunam nayam kinkaracha narpatim charajan sarvatmanaya saranam saranyam gatam kundam parirutti krityam. We are obligated to the devatas. Why? Because they are functionary aspect of our internal bodily mechanisms. Devatas are coming in the form of different energies and manifestations, like Agni Devata. Therefore, the eyes as well as last time we said, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamasritam Pranapana Samayuktam Pachanyam Chaturitam. तो दबा के खाता है, लेकिन हजम कौन करता है? कृष्ण भगवान कहता है कि मैं हजम करता हूँ. तो गलत चीज में खाना. और भगवान को कहो हजम करो. तो एंटायर रिएक्शन होगा. और तो क्या है? That consciousness बिगड़ जाती है. That's why we refrain from 4 principles of pollution of consciousness. No meat eating whatsoever, including fish or eggs. No intoxication, including tea, coffee, or Coca-Cola, or even pan parag and jardal. Then, no illicit sex. Illicit means sex is meant for procreation, for Krishna conscious child. That is a duty that Manu and Shatrupa were first created by Brahma. So we became the progeny of Manu, and we were given the same order. Then, no gambling, no speculative games. It's a waste. Everything is earned with this energy expenditure. Who has the right to abuse the energy of the Supreme? So these 4 pitfalls, one has to protect himself. They are not hard to follow. But as we have polluted by misunderstanding or ignorance, but we have to become victimized. You can't say, हम तो चाय नहीं छोड़ सकते. अरे कितनी कमजोरी बताते हैं. आपने चाय पी है? पहले तो पीते थे, हम भी पीते थे. पता नहीं, गलत चीज भी खाई होगी. Again, when you hear, Lord Krishna indicating each and every aspect of your life, because life belongs to Him, nobody else. Arjun did not want to fight with his kinsmen, all right? But he fought because Krishna convinced him that fight for Krishna. Become an instrument in the hand of Krishna. Krishna has already killed. But Krishna wants to save you. And if you act in Krishna's consciousness, Krishna will guarantee you. So the whole aspect of our lifestyle, if we become so much attached to it, then it doesn't go in the grain of our heritage, our belonging. We belong to Krishna. Our belonging is in the land of pious and prosperous, but because of age of Kali, we became victimized. We did not care for the instructions. The pollution started from Brahminical society. They were the first to become victimized. And everything is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. Very systematic. But the idea is that, you are fallen. Suppose if you are fallen in the midst of the sea, would you ask, how did I fall? Or what will your immediate reaction? Will try to grab hold of anything, so you can survive. To survive, and the instructions are there. Grab it and follow it. If you ignore it, then who would be blamed other than our own selves? Right? So invest Krishna consciousness as much as possible. Within this lifetime, you will never have another chance to see the miserable life. भगवान के भक्तों का भी मिजाज होता है. And when they find some security, they will always feel happy. And there will be more competition. My dear Krishna, I want to serve you more and more. I will spend my entire life. That's how Srila Prabhupada invested the faith in hippies. Simple. From nothing, he created everything. From nothing. So, if you hear him, you will feel the potency of the absolute truth. And that will create an opening of the path of liberation. How is the reaction? Satam prasangam mamma virya samvidha bhavanti radkarana rasayana katha. Just like you are hearing attentively. And you will be satisfied to hear because you are gaining the potency of the Supreme. How does it come? If you hear and try to enter to your own deep down consciousness, which is called the heart, not the pumping heart. Sorry, doctor. But Bhavanti Radhakarna Rasayana Katha. The ignorance is like darkness. That's Jyotsna. Apavarga Vartamani is the path of liberation. Our children are not letters, Devanagari alphabets. Pavarga means pa, pa, ba, ba, ma. That's called Pavarga. Avarga. So, Pavarga means palatal sounds. Pa, pa, ba, ba, ma. So, pa means parishram. What do you get? Pa, pal. But if you get the pal which you do not have any right on it, that's called ba, bandhan. Those who are bound up, even then they are always remaining fearful. And those who are fearful, they are sure to die and disappear. This is called Pavarga. But here, by hearing and you are getting the potency of the Supreme Lord, Apavarga Vartamani means the path of liberation will be opened instead of repeated birth and death. This is the teaching of Kapil Dev to his mother Devhuti. Son is teaching. He was very intelligent. She is the third daughter of Manu Maharaj, Manu and Shatarupa. The whole story comes in Srimad Bhagavatam. All right? And they are Prajapatis. The first two daughters, Prasuti, was married off to Daksha Prajapati, an expert in begetting. It's called Daksha. Akuti got married to, I think, Angira Rishi, one of the 7 Rishis, Brahma's sons. They are also Prajapatis. The third one is remaining. And she is very thoughtful. Because she is in the body of a woman. Even her character and everything was so extremely, benevolent. But she was worried for one thing. Meanwhile, Kardamani was also Brahma's son, and he was also a Prajapati. But his entire, character is of an ascetic, like a sannyasi, completely detached from the material world, and it says that he always carries the Supreme Lord within his heart while meditating. So deep is his meditation. So, Lord Vishnu appeared to him, Kardam, I'm very pleased with your tapa and austerities, but I have a desire to come as your son. Now, a sannyasi, he has no connection with anybody. He says, my dear Lord, if you want to become my son, I will satisfy. I'm not afraid. And this conversation was heard by Narad Muni. So Narad Muni goes to Devahuti. Hey, Devahuti, you are worried, but your worry will be over. How? Get married to Kardamani. And she was convinced by Narad Muni that if I have to marry, I will marry only Kardamani. And she told to Manu and Shadrupa, her parents, if you are thinking of me getting married, please get me married with Kardamani. He's also a Prajapati. Fine. All right. So Manu and Shadrupa came to the hermitage of Kardamani and requested, my daughter wants to marry you. And Kardamani said, wow, how did you choose me? You are the origin of mankind. No, somehow or other, your pious character and everything will be befitting. And my daughter will not disturb you in your meditation. She is that much sadhvi. Fine. So Kardamuni agreed. And Manu and Shatrughna came prepared. Didn't have to hunt around for another candidate. They decided to get her married right within that hermitage. And both were married. They gave enough in dowry, whatever it is, the standard was very high. Manu Maharaj was thinking that my daughter doesn't have to suffer because he's an ascetic. So they left. And Devahuti started serving her husband. And soon he is in meditation. After marriage, who goes for meditation? Nobody. But, and Devahuti did not mind. So much time has passed, and Kardamuni comes to his external senses. And says, who is this girl? Because all this time she did not care about her body. She was serving Karda Muni's needs. So she became initiated. Her hair and everything became like jata, and her eyes were deep in the socket, so much. Then Karda Muni started thinking, who is she? So he asks, who are you? Huh? And Devhuti, the impeccable character, does not respond, but she starts digging out, earth from her toenail and a shy, then Kardamuni said, looks, okay, this is Shil, means Charitra. Kardamuni is thinking, I got married. Aren't you there, Bhuti? Then again, she smiles, but does not respond word to word. And she becomes so much embarrassed to introduce herself that way. So Kardamuni said, oh, Devhuti, I'm sorry. We got married. Now I am awake. I know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, I will take you to the honeymoon. I'm creating a big floating aeroplane type of a big island for you, beautiful housing. Okay? You go to Bindu Sarovar, Lord Shiva helping you to regain your youth back. Youth, and looks down and doesn't see eye to eye. That is not the shame, but it is called Shil, the Charitra. And Kardamuni says, okay, let's go. So he guides her to the floating island. And it's like what they call a big city in Skytrain, or what is it? Sky Wars, right? You saw so much video like that, but you should also see this video of Kardamuni. Kardamuni took her to all different planets where Brahma reside, and show her this Loka mountain on the top. Brahma's residence is there, and the down there's Nandankanan, where the demigods come for picnic with their wives. Devta log aate hain, whole thing. They jump with, and oh my God, whatever it has. During this, he begot 9 daughters. 9 daughters by expanding himself 9 times. That is the yogic process. And they come back to the hermitage. It was not a hermitage. But anyway, so Kardamuni said, I asked for one benediction with the Supreme Lord. That I will fulfill the desire to become Prajapati, because Brahma gave me the job, but I was in complete meditation, to my meditation, and I will have to leave you. So you got 9 daughters, that's good enough. And Devotee said, my dear Lord, these 9 daughters will go and will be married to other Prajapatis. That is Brahma's. But who will liberate me? Who will liberate me? Kardamuni got stunned. But then Devhuti reminded, I heard from Narad Muni that Lord Vishnu wants to become your son. Please pray and invite him. So this is how Kapil Dev was born. And Kardamuni stayed until Kapil Dev could take charge of her mother. And Devhuti starts asking questions about how can I be deliverance, because she is also part and parcel of the Supreme. And Kapil Dev starts with this word, please associate with the sadhus, where you will get the potency of the Supreme Lord to invoke your Shraddha, Rati, Bhakti, and Satam Prasangam Mama Virya Samvida Bhavanti Radkarana Rasayan Katha Tad Joshanabam Apavarga Vartamani. Your path of liberation will be. And then Shraddha, Rati, Bhakti, Anukramashyati. The requisite faith on the absolute truth and his consciousness will be invoked. Then you will be attracted by the divine potency. And that is, Rati means attraction, and Bhakti, eternal service to the Supreme Lord will happen. Loving service, devotional service. And then so many detail, analyzing each and every factor, Kapil Dev explains to her how it works. So, in International Society for Krishna Consciousness, we take Kapil Dev's teachings, we take Prahlada's teachings, and Krishna's teachings to Uddhav about devotional service. These are the 3 main. And it becomes so much substantiating that devotees make speedy progress. Speedy progress. You don't have to give up anything, an activity you are performing, but you should become conversant with the verdict of the Shastra. So you make appropriate changes. That's okay. So this is the best of the bed bargain that we have acquired in a human form of body of ignorance. Now it is time for telling Sharira Vidya Jal. This body is nothing but network of avidya. Not vidya, avidya. Ignorance. This body is nothing but network of ignorance. Jadindriyata hai kaha. The senses are so dead that more sense gratification you do, more closer the death will come. Out of the 5 senses, Tarmadhya Jivayati, this loose lady called tongue. Lobhamaya Sudurmati. It creates lobha, greed. How many varieties of food did you already taste? Can you count? But it is more than the regular food, right? Because Jiva is Lobhamaya. And Lobhamaya always creates Sudurmati. Durmati means hellish intelligence, but the Sudurmati means worst to tell us into that. Don't eat pizza. You get problem. No. You should eat pizza. And so you can visit us for quite often. So, is very troublesome to overcome. But Krishna, my dear Lord, you are very kind and merciful because Swaprasadana Dilova, you have given your prasad, means mercy in the form of food that you have eaten first, and leftover is called prasad. The same Amrita Bhav. Anamrut. This Amrut is coming in the form of Anna.